Alright, so the car's rolled back so I could open the hood all the way, which, speaking of which, is still dirty from when my coolant went everywhere and when my oil went everywhere. But yeah, so to start with the wire tuck, I'm going to need to make sure that the fuse box is loose, and it is, because I never put things back all the way. And then I might have to move the battery a little bit, but I'm going to take these cables off of it. That way I can just work and make sure I don't get electrocuted, because, you know, it's not always fun to get electrocuted. But yeah, so today it's going to be a lot of cutting, labeling, and soldering. So that's basically what this video is going to be. But the end result, I'm going to probably take this cruise control box and relocate it or something. Maybe possibly in the fender. Like, I'm not even sure if it works, but it goes from, and I can see the floor, so I'm gonna just set that there, and I'm not showing this too well, but this is pulled out right now, and I'm gonna see where it goes on the car. And if it's not connected to anything, I might just get rid of it, because I don't use cruise control right now. Yeah, so right now, probably not film too much of that, but I'll do a time lapse in probably the next clip. Alright guys, so I've got the half oversprayed cruise control box off. My cruise control didn't work anyways, or I didn't know how to use it, I don't even know. But it wasn't working too well. And I didn't really care anyways, because this thing isn't going to need cruise control for a good while anyways, unless I'm making this for driving on the highway a lot, but I doubt I will. I mean, sure, it would be nice to have the feature, but also it's nice to have a cleaner engine bay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these guys, this stuff, and I'm going to bring it, I'm going to take this fender off, I'm going to bring this up back through here, and I am going to have to cut and solder to do this. And then it's going to run up and right through a hole right here, and then everything's good. It's out of the way, looks better. Like, that'll look clean without that there. Now for this, I'm going to have to take the AC off to put it on again right. This side, same fender kind of deal. I just take this, and I'll just take the battery terminals off, or just one, and yeah, and then I'm gonna just be cleaning up the engine bay, like maybe making the things that aren't supposed to be painted back to whatever color they were, like these bolts, and these bolts, and this guy right here. But yeah, so this wire that comes up through here is going to actually go behind this fuse box, up through here and over, and I'm going to probably zip tie it or something, make sure that it's on there well. And then I'll have a wire tuck engine bay, and it'll look better. It's just going to be like a little tuck. There's still going to be wires that you can see, but it's not going to be like, oh, only wires and stock. It'll look better than stock. So without further ado, I'm just gonna continue, and I'll put you guys on a time lapse or something like that. Alright, what's up guys? It's been a few hours. As you can see, it's like, I don't even know, 5 right now? 6:23. That will focus, maybe it won't, maybe it will. I don't know. Anyways, it's 6:23. And I've just ran the wire through here. I ran it through, and then I resoldered everything because I had to cut the connectors. Make sure you label the connectors. Anyways, I'll catch up with you guys in the next video clip, I guess, and I'll see you in 1 second. Alright guys, that door just slammed. There's a lot of pollen on my engine bay. just from today. Like, that's from like the past hour. But anyways, so I've been soldering and stuff. I took a break, and I'm back. I strongly suggest just to watch to the end of my videos because it'll ensure that you can do it or you can't do it or whatever. Yeah, so I know there is another guy. Don't mind that playing in the background. I'm sure there is another guy. Actually, I know there's another guy that I watched a video like this on. Like this by. English is not working for me today. Sorry. But his YouTube channel is JJMax 2007, I want to say. Something like that. I'll put it in here or in the description. And he shows you how to do a wire tuck on the Delsol. But he shows you how to do it with like a pointed screwdriver and not having to take any of these little connectors out. You can just pop them and he'll show you how to do that. And that's probably the better video to watch, but I don't know. I'm just showing you how to do it to my knowledge and what I'm doing. And from there on out, I guess we're gonna see if it works, you know? Otherwise, I'll have to buy a wiring harness. But I don't think it's that big of a deal because this side, usually the reason if it's not getting much light is because there's resistance and it doesn't have a ground. So the way to fix that is by installing the ground. On that side, this thing isn't connected. Actually, no, it's a different box. But like this is a different box that looks kind of like it. And this one isn't connected on this side, but it's got many other grounds along the harness. On this side, there is no grounds on this part that goes to the headlights. On this side, there is. There's a ground here. There's a ground. There's two grounds here. There's grounds. So I think that could be the main issue with why I'm not getting too much light. Alright guys, so you can see that my headlights and my corner lights are all the same brightness. So that makes me really happy. Turns out that was just a grounding block. And yeah, so this works. I still don't completely recommend it if you don't know how to solder too well. I mean, I did learn today, pretty much, and it was fairly easy. So now this can look like this. I just need to plug up that hole in the back, and I'm gonna zip tie this. I'm probably gonna start to zip tie it tonight, and I'll zip tie the rest of it tomorrow, because I'm just gonna get, you know, the fender back on tomorrow and stuff like that. But it looks good, and I'm really happy. So I'll catch up with you guys in the next clip, or this will be the end of the video. Alright guys, so I'm back. Got a haircut. And a bunch of other things done. But basically, what my goal is to do with this side, I don't really care about a few grounds on this side, but I am going to try and get this on the other side of this. But my goal is to get this under and this ran kind of maybe up through the back or something, just so that these wires are out of the way, and I want this to be not visible either. So in order to do that, I'm going to disconnect these battery wires. I'm going to wrap one of these in tape so that it can't short out. It's probably not the best thing to make it so it doesn't short out. I might just want to take both bolts off of it and then just take it off entirely. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get started again. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you a quick little update. When I was back, I just showed you I was going to get started. So the fender's off, bumper's off, strut bar's off, all that stuff. And look at how clean it is in here. Like, that looks a lot better. So anyways, don't mind my jank intake here. It was really bad, but it's not going to be there too much longer, because I'm going to be running this pipe as an intercooler pipe probably, and just going to get some more pipe and bend it down and over to an intercooler in the front. Anyways, ranting on again, but here's the wires that ran through. Basically what I did is I disconnected all the connectors, and I only had to label one, I think. Yeah, I think I only had to label one, because all the wires are different colors, so you just match these up. Unless you're colorblind. If you're colorblind, then you're going to want to just put, I don't even know, put numbers on them or something. Get tape and put numbers on them. So anyways, this is the radiator one, and this is the one I'm going to do next with my wires. So I'm connecting this black wire, blackish wire, and then there's this brown wire. Well, this black wire with a brown streak. So I'm connecting this black one to this green one, this green wire, and then I'm going to solder these, and then I'm going to get my red wire, which I don't even know where to put. It's down there somewhere. And then I'm going to do this one, and well, I'm going to finish this one first. I'm going to take it all the way to the connector, which should work. I've already got almost enough room, and it's higher up, so I'll be good. So I'm not going to show too much of the soldering, because soldering, it's pretty straightforward. I'll show a little bit of it, but aside from that, I'm not going to show much. And yeah, so by the end of tonight, I should have a wire-tucked engine bay, and then all I'll have to do tomorrow is just clean up the loads of stuff I have out from this and on that side. But yeah. What's going on, guys? So it's the next day because it's light out, and I'm not gonna open the garage because it's pretty dang hot out already. So, and it's got a pretty good temperature in here. It might start to bake later on, and I will not like that so much. But anyways, here we are. So I've got the wires ran through. I didn't really show this too well. I just loosened the fuse box was actually already loose. It was just kept in there by the battery. So I just took the battery out, moved the fuse box, ran the wires up, trimmed a lot of the casing with the tape, like there was tape around it and stuff, so I had to get in there with my razor blade. And there was zip ties that kept it from going through, so I had to trim those too. I don't even know where those went. But yeah, so last night I ended up doing a lot of soldering, and then my soldering iron broke. Well, actually, my dad's soldering iron broke, but we've had this for like over a few years, so that's fine. The solder's almost empty anyways, so I decided to do crimping style for some of these. I got through the horn, and I think I got the radiator one done too as soldering. I think I got those done as soldering, and then as for the rest of them, I ended up crimping them. Yeah, here's the radiator one. My phone keeps turning on because it thinks the wires are my fingers. So now we're working on the blinker. I've got the headlight one done too. Then I have to put the grounding block in, and this one, which should be easy. I don't even know where the connector is for it. I couldn't even find it earlier. But the grounding block's here. That just brings all the black wires to ground. It was kind of tricky for me because I had to figure out which wires for the blinker, because my blinker wire, this is the black blinker wire, and it's got the same pattern as that one. It's spaced the right way. I've made sure. But this is the blinker wire, and I know that one blinker wire goes to ground, and this isn't connected to either side. So this means this goes to the grounding block. Now, the tricky part about that is, well, figuring that out, of course, because that was pretty painful. But Now I just gotta extend it and then find the wire again on the grounding block, which is, let's see, I think it's one of these ones. It's this one right here. So I'm just gonna get it to this wire on the other side and get it to the wire on this side, and then I'll just work on the grounding block from there. And then as soon as that's done, oh, solder got on my wheels. That's not so great. I mean, it's better than the bird crap that's on my wheels. Yeah, the solder was pretty rough. The tip just fell off, so I was just using the rod, which was not easy to do. Anyways, so I'm just gonna do some more crimping. If you have a solder, I recommend soldering and doing the hook style. If you don't have a solder, crimping can be easier, because I mean, it's basically the same process except you're not soldering, so it's like a few minutes less. Basically, you just get a female connector and a male connector, and basically you say, hey, I'm going to try and demonstrate this well. So let's say you're going to use this red wire, and now you have to put the male connector that I just dropped, male connector on this wire. This one is a little too small, and I know that because this one's already been crimped. Let's say you've got your male connector on there, and you want to get your wire in as much as you can get it, and then you want to get these, and there will be a little line on the bottom of each connector, and I think both of these have been crimped, so it's not good. But here, this is one that hasn't been crimped. The camera will focus. There's a little line right about there, and basically that's where you want to put this side of your crimping pliers, the upper side. So the lines up here, and there's this little dip for it. So up here is the line, and then you just, you know, clamp this tight with the wire in there, and then it won't be able to get out. You want to make sure that you're crimping them tight, because if you don't, then, you know, the wire could fall out, and then, oh, my blinker doesn't work anymore. So yeah, that's basically how the crimping thing works, and yeah, so I'm just gonna get started, and I'll catch up with you guys. Alright guys, so everything's crimped. Ground block's good. Blinker light's good. So everything should have its ground. Now the AC, I don't even know, it's a connector for the AC that I'm supposed to hook up, and it's right here. It's just supposed to be hooked to this, and I can always make more length in the harness later or something, I'm not sure, but I don't really need it right now, but I'll probably hook it up anyway so that I don't damage any of these wires while driving around or something. But yeah, I'll just hook it up and zip tie it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be right back. And then, as soon as that's done, I can put the fuse box back, battery back, and the strut bar back. And then I can have a fully functional car again, which is exciting. So, I'm just going to finish up, and I'll catch up when all that is done, and I've got the fuse box back, the battery back, the strut bar back, and what the wire tuck looks like. So awesome. Alright, so it's been probably a few hours. Let's see, it's 3:50. My phone keeps sensing my face. It's 3:52, and yeah, so basically everything's been done. Wire tuck's completely done and in there. All I have to do is put the cap on the fuse box, which I actually cleaned up myself too. Used to have a bunch of excess wrap, and I know I'm sharing that this is carbon fiber wrap, but it looks good-ish. So, I mean, I like it. And that's what matters. Do what you like. That's what I encourage on this channel anyways. So yeah. So right now, I'm not going to do any paint touch-ups because, let's face it, I've been working on this car for like 3 days straight because I did the oil pan, then I'm doing the wire tuck. So now I'm going to chill out, probably edit this video, and get it ready to be posted.